Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the St. Barnabas Healthcare System, MD Advantage Insurance Company of New Jersey, QualCare Inc., a local managed care company covering 750,000 New Jersey residents, and by the Merck Company Foundation.
This is One-on-One.
That's good acting, man.
I get that a lot. I go to Atlantic City all the time, like, are you the guy? I go, no, I'm not.
This is one you can't afford to miss.
They thought that I wouldn't survive it, but I knew I would.
Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. Everything you ever wanted to know about marketing, branding, advertising, public relations, and communication with the gentleman you're about to see on camera. He is Dave Scelba. He is the chairman and CEO and co-founder of SGW, Integrated Marketing Communication, Inc. Good to see you, Dave.
Thanks for having me.
We have a lot of mutual friends, Walker Reno,
Yes,
TJ Nelligan, we just had in, and Nick Matarazzo.
Nick Matarazzo. You told me about your golfing situation.
Well, why don't we leave that out of it? Yeah. See, we just met,
Don't
and you have
use
to
your
start
clubs.
a problem? Hey, listen, you and I are in the same business, communication. We're obsessed by it. We think about it all the time, about what connects, what doesn't, who connects, who doesn't, and why. Marketing, what is it, what isn't it, Dave?
Well, marketing is the thinking and the strategy process behind the communication tactics you're going to employ. As a matter of fact, a lot of the misconceptions or misunderstandings are, geez, I need to market this product. Where can I advertise it? Well, that's not what marketing
What's wrong
is.
with that?
Well, advertising is only one single component of a marketing strategy. And is, more specifically, an integrated marketing strategy, which simply put is trying to establish a two-way communication with your customer, right? And to do that, you want to use the most cost-effective and cost-efficient communication tactics. That might be a combination of advertising, social media networking, public relations, events, and so forth. And as a matter of fact, when you're branding or rebranding products, an IMC strategy is the most productive
Integrated
way.
marketing.
Yes, integrated marketing communications is probably the most productive strategy you can use to rebrand or brand a product.
But let me ask you something. Some of our mutual friends know that I spent a lot of time writing this book called You Are the Brand, coming out in a couple of months, and I tried to understand what, and of course the first brand that I picked about 2 years ago, I said it was going to be the greatest brand. He is the greatest brand of all time in sports. Tiger Woods, obviously, I went back and rewrote that chapter. but the point is, it's hard, it's very, very difficult to build a successful brand, Dave, and very easy to destroy it, no?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And that's why it's critical up front to do the proper research. As you well know, knowing Walt, everything that we do before we even begin to develop a logo, a tagline, and so forth.
Someone says, get me a logo and a slogan.
I wouldn't do it. Not without going through the proper steps of research and focus group testings. Because, somebody is going to spend millions of dollars going out there with this image and putting out billboards and cable commercials and putting their story or their platform message out. Well, if we're wrong, we just wasted millions of dollars. And it happens every single day because people typically confuse communications with marketing. And marketing, the first step of marketing is research.
When you say research, these focus groups, we get people into a room. Mm-hmm. We try to understand what they like, what they don't like, what moves them, what doesn't move them, what pushes their buttons, what doesn't. You can't do any of this. You can't have a logo. You can't have a slogan. Can't have a branding campaign. Can't do any of those things. Don't put a commercial together until you've done these things?
In my opinion, yes. Because I'm a marketing professional, but I don't have an opinion. If anybody said, well, what's your opinion about this situation? I don't have one. Because I don't know what your targeted audience really wants. I'm not your targeted audience.
Someone says, everyone's my audience, you say?
It's ridiculous.
Doesn't hear people say that. I want everyone.
You want everyone?
It doesn't work, does it?
I would say, let's do this first. Let's do an internal audit and an external audit. Let's talk to all of your employees, the people that have the contact points with your consumers. But more importantly, let's go and talk to all of your customers that are past customers, no longer customers. They're more important. Why? And then you're going to find out, well, you know what? We don't fit everybody's needs, and we do have a specific niche. And by the way, when you're using this mass marketing type of approach, you're wasting you're wasting millions of dollars in advertising, when you might have been able to establish a social media group.
Yeah, talk about that social media thing.
Sure.
More targeted and focused?
I believe so, because
How
what
so?
you're
Give me an
doing-
example of that.
Well, it's almost grassroots. If you have a sales organization, every one of those salespeople have a database of their contacts, people that they're working with. Well, if you have an organized or a formalized type of, even a Facebook page,
right,
and each one of them are contributing to that, then you're pulling together an audience that has like interest. As a matter of fact, when it comes to the social media and how it ought to be used by a business, I have basically three trilogies that I use. One is my 3E philosophy.
Do it.
3E is entertain, educate, and engage. Today, if you're entertaining your audience, you're going to educate them and they won't even know it.
So hold on, we're having this conversation about marketing and branding.
Sure.
Someone wants to start their own company. If we're not entertaining them right now, if they don't find this or us interesting, it doesn't matter how good your stuff is.
Lost them. Absolutely. You need to entertain them, and I have it on my blog, even if you had to juggle to keep their interest.
Get their attention.
Keep their attention.
You got to get it first before you keep it.
You got to get it.
Someone says, as I'm out there, I do a lot of motivational speaking, and not that I do canned jokes, but I try to be as engaging and interactive, and there's a lot of humor, and someone says, you goof around a lot. And I'm thinking to myself, do you have any idea how hard it is to keep this audience? Get them and then keep them? You know what I'm talking about.
One of the best communicators I ever had was a social studies teacher in high school. He used to come in, and one day he'd have on colonial garb with a musket because he was giving us a lesson on the Revolutionary. Everybody thought he was nuts. But we never even had to read the book because we learned from his entertaining us, and he engaged us, because when you become engaged, you learn better. And by the way, the video today, when we talk about the socials, I know people post and they'll write a little article and put it up. But really, the most effective means of communicating today, especially with 40 to younger,
right,
is through video.
But let's stay on that for a second. Someone says, sure, hey, I have a website. I'm good. What's the problem with that?
Field of dreams.
What do you mean?
Okay, you built it, but nobody's going to come. They need to know you're there. And that's the other thing with the social media networks. Use a 3I approach. You want that to integrate. You want Facebook and Twitter and your YouTube channel, your video blog, you want that to integrate with your website. But to do so, you have to create a like interest. It might be, for instance, the government and major associations will promote, like last month was Heart Month, right? Cardiac Month. So if the government is promoting that on your Facebook page, and you happen to be a cardiologist or a hospital, you should be posting a seminar that you may have, but you're putting the posting and maybe a little video about it on Facebook, getting the interest, driving them to your website where now you're going to be able to measure your results.
Right.
And you can now interact with them.
Which is okay. So when we, guys, put up our website, just for a second to prove this point. We put up our website, right? We put up our website, oneonone.org. Someone goes there, they see who's been on, they see who's going to be on, they get quotes about the show, they get to write in and say, hey, you ought to have so-and-so on the show. If we don't put that up there right now, and we don't invite them and engage them, you got to invite them. And by the way, I know our staff, they hate when I do this. I'll get your business card, right, after the show. I give it to them, I tell them to Xerox it and put it in the database. I say proactively after we have to reach out for people to let them know we have Governor so-and-so or Senator so-and-so on. I say you have to let people know.
Absolutely.
I'm obsessed with that. You have to, it's name by name, right?
Well, name by name. And that leads to another point of my other trilogy, which is the 3 R's. You want to repurpose your content, redistribute your content through the socials, and then reallocate your budget accordingly, because you'll know where they're coming from and what's working, what's not.
It's so true. We repackage a lot of our material. People say, hey, I saw that. That's right. Because there's only so much original content you can create.
Hey, it's the fundamentals 101 of marketing, consistency.
I like that. Hey, listen, I just learned a lot in the last 8.5 minutes. Hopefully you did as well. Dave, I want to thank you. By the way, log on to our website. We'll hook you up with Dave and his folks. Dave Scelba, Chairman and CEO, co-founder of SGW, Integrated Marketing and Communication. Dave, I learned a lot, and I have a feeling that people are smarter because of this. Good stuff.
Hey, thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
Stay with us, one-on-one. The most fascinating people on the East Coast you will ever find. We'll be right back.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. and visit us online at oneonone.org.